What's going on, everybody? Good morning. Today's Tuesday, January 22nd, 2019. My name is Jeremy, and this is my first cup of coffee. Good times, good times. That's good stuff. Yeah. I don't even remember yesterday. I got a lot of work done. Ooh. I'm awake. I've been up since 5:30. Jumped right out of bed. Feel rested. I feel alert. I'm leaving the house immediately after this video. I'll put on real clothes. It is a weird thought. Here, we'll take a tangent. It is a weird thought to think, I can't get dressed yet. The people on the internet have to see me in my robe. Such a weird format I've come up with here. But you know what? It works. Doesn't mean I'll never be in non-robe clothing, but I try to limit it. Yeah, hang out, go do some consulting. Not normally a thing I do on Tuesdays, but it had to happen today. Because this coming weekend, because all of these things feel the need to be scheduled consecutive weekends, is the Action Martial Arts Magazine Hall of Honors Mega Weekend. I think I'm getting the title right. It's a lot of words in there. In other words, Sifu Alan Goldberg's event in Atlantic City, New Jersey at the Tropicana Hotel and Casino. Sifu Goldberg has been on Martial Arts Radio. You can go back. It's definitely in the first 50 episodes. Maybe even the first 30. But there's an episode with him in there and talk about his background. And now, the man is a consummate frequent, I want to say repetitive, but that sounds disrespectful. I don't mean it that way. He's got his hands in a lot of stuff. And this weekend event is just one of those things. It's, to my knowledge, the biggest martial arts gathering, seminar, exposition, etc. event on the East Coast. And this will be my third time in attendance. So just as I recover from a weekend away in Massachusetts with the team, I will be with my training partner, my Superfoot training partner, Paul, and friend, training partner and good friend, Paul, as we head to New Jersey again. Now, don't get me wrong, I enjoy the event, mostly. I don't enjoy the driving, and I kind of wish I was just having a weekend at home. Yeah. Well, what do you do, right? It is what it is. What did I put in my coffee? It tastes sweet. I don't know. I have no idea what's happening with my coffee this morning. You ever do that? You ever put the wrong stuff in there? It should just be coffee grounds and theanine. Either this mug did not get washed well, or there's something else in here. And it's inducing phlegm in my throat, which doesn't make me thrilled. Oh well, we'll see what happens. I'm gonna keep drinking it, because it's coffee. So that's this weekend. I talked about last weekend. Yesterday, I don't know, there are three things that generally correlate to my stress level in descending order. No, in ascending order. There we go. The cleanliness and orderliness of my home/office, especially the office, because that tends to be the dumping room. It's like, oh, I got to work on this and this and this, and then it becomes piles. The cleaner things are, the less stressed I am. Sometimes I'm stressed and I don't even know why, and then I clean things and feel better. Oh, that's why. Secondly, how much email I have. The more emails in my inbox, the more stressed I am. That goes back to forever. I've gotten better, because I used to be that I wanted to respond to emails immediately. I felt like they were a task and I had to check them off. You know the problem with that? People write you back right away. There's even a Gmail plugin that you can delay. You can write the email now and have it sent later. So the person writing you doesn't know that you're writing your keyboard. I don't use that, but I try to work from the oldest emails forward. I try to get back to everybody within 2 days, 48 hours. When weekends come in between there, it can sometimes be 3 or 4 days, but I get a lot of email. And then the number one thing, and this one probably makes the most sense, is the amount of money in the checking account. More money in there, the better I feel about what's going on. Because money's a tool, it's a resource. You can handle more situations, more complicated, more complex, more dire circumstances. The more money you have. And whistlekick's still a startup. We're still running lean. Still tight. There are days it's less tight, but it's still tight. Which is why I do some consulting. Because the less I have to take out a whistlekick, the bigger it'll get, faster. That's not a sentence. The bigger it will grow, and in less time. There we go. We'll say that. I've always been a stressed person, an anxious person. And finally, I'm getting a handle on what it's like to not be stressed. I mean, I feel it now. There's some anxiety in my stomach. That's where I tend to feel it. But I'm getting better at handling that. You know, there are a couple things that I've learned over the years professionally. First one is very, very few businesses are as successful as they portray. Back when I was doing IT and I got to see the behind the scenes and I dealt with invoicing and accounts receivable because it was my business, I learned that the majority of businesses I dealt with were never paying their bills on time because the companies that needed to pay them were not paying their bills on time. And guess what? That meant we couldn't pay all of our bills on time. So it's this cascade. I don't know who was holding on to the money, but somebody was holding the money. Or maybe it just took too long to circulate. And as I realized that, I got better. I got better at dealing with the stress to say, oh, our bills will never all be paid at the same time. Okay. As I take a look at the email and say, you know what? Most of it's not that serious. I even read about a business owner once, a high-level executive, like a Fortune 500 kind of CEO guy, who said every 6 months he deletes all of his email. His theory was, if it was that important, somebody will get back to him. I don't do that. I want to do that. That sounds amazing, but I can't bring myself to do it. Now, what has been helpful to me, here's an aside. If you, like me, email yourself things to do, say, hey, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. As soon as I can, I pull it out of my email and schedule it in my calendar and delete that. If I can't find a time to schedule it, it's probably not that important, so I get rid of it. I do have a list. I do have an Excel sheet of ideas that maybe someday I can tackle. Ideas that just feel too good to let go of. And sometimes I'll put stuff in there. And then, let's see, and then the cleanliness thing. I have somebody come in and help me. Twice a month. Somebody comes in, helps me clean. And when I say helps me, I mean, I spend a lot of time before this person comes in, before she gets here, because it is my home, it is my office, my professional and personal space, and I take a lot of pride in it, and I want to make sure that I'm allowing her to be as effective as she can in her job. I struggled a lot with having someone clean my house. And I even struggle talking about it now, which is why I'm forcing myself to do it. I feel embarrassed. But we can't all do everything. And after fighting with myself for years in various ways to try and get the house clean, to keep it clean, this was the compromise that made the most sense. I had tasks set up that took about 15 minutes every day. You gotta do this, you gotta do this, you gotta do this. Now, time-wise, that works, but there's another element to it that is important to realize. Getting overwhelmed. The more stuff you have scheduled to do in a day, the less likely you're gonna get to it all. It's not just a matter of time, it's a matter of number of things. I've read different studies that say, you can do a certain number of things per day well. Well, of course, cleaning was never the priority. How can I prioritize cleaning over these other things? So, I try to live in a way that works. I'm going to go put on real clothes and get out of here. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you. I hope you have a wonderful day. We didn't talk about any martial arts today. Whoops. I don't know, go punch a tree. Go punch something. Take from this what you will. Don't forget, we do this every day on YouTube. Check out whistlekick.com and whistlekickmartialartsradio.com. Don't forget to hit that little subscribe button and the little bell for notifications every Monday through Friday, 6:30 a.m. Eastern. So when we do this. I will see you back here tomorrow. Take care. Peace.